Welcome back to the show from Wade Middleton's hunting camp in South Texas. On this episode, we're taking an in-depth look at hunting with handguns. Once considered a niche market, handgun hunting is fast becoming a preferred method for many.
Handgun hunting is something that has really taken off. In fact, there's places where it's becoming as popular, more popular than a lot of the other more traditional methods. And it's something that a guy would think, wow, I can't shoot 10 feet. Well, that's wrong. You know, the Performance Center at Smith & Wesson has these guns tuned up to where you can do some pretty amazing things with them. And in the right hands and with the right practice, you can be incredibly accurate and provide a knockdown punch with these handguns that rivals anything out on the market today.
It's a challenge. It's something that I encourage everybody to get into. If you think you've mastered hunting with a rifle or a bow or a black powder and you're wondering what else is out there, pick up a handgun. There's some great ones on the market, especially by the Performance Center, who's known for making hunting handguns of all calibers, all sizes, all materials. So you're really able to pick something that not only matches your own personal taste, but whatever game species you're at.
Well, Matt came down to talk about hunting with handguns, but it didn't take much convincing to get him to head out into the field on a hunt of his own.
You know, I was really excited to come hunt this property for the first time. I'd been out here on a turkey hunt, I'd been out here on a couple of other small game activities, but I hadn't had a chance to hunt any large size game, so I was really looking forward to it. On the first evening, we went and sat in a traditional tree stand. We only had a couple of does came in. The next morning, we chose a box blind. We were over a food plot that morning and the activity was good. There were already several does in the field before we got there. Once we got set up and situated, they just kept streaming in. We had one nice buck come in the field, but it was still a little bit too dark for us to gauge just how big he was. So as we were watching him and trying to gauge just what type of deer we had in front of us, he did kind of present himself with a couple of shot opportunities, but he was constantly on the move. So given the circumstances, we decided to go ahead, pass on any shot opportunity at that point, and then hope maybe he'd come back for another sit later on. On our last set, we decided to go back to a box blind that Wade was very confident on. We had seen a lot of does there on our previous set, so we knew the activity was good, so back to the box blind we went. As the day wore on, the sun kind of went down, the ground, everything got a little cooler and getting into those prime conditions that you're looking for. Lo and behold, a nice buck comes out. Finally, the buck turned fully broadsided right at about 100 yards, and I knew it was not going to get any better of an opportunity than this. I was able to lock in, get a nice firm grip on the gun, and I was able to go ahead and ease back the hammer.
That was intense. Buck came out, very nice buck, very mature. He just wouldn't stop still, running in between the does. And then that smaller buck came out. He was trying to show his dominancy, and then they both ran out after that doe. Finally, they came back in, luckily. Came in, had him right at 100 yards, and he just wouldn't get perfectly broadsided to make that nice shot.
As we were walking up on that deer, I was excited. I was just very happy to have made a nice shot, to have hit him in the vitals, and that everything came together. So at that point, it was just going up there and finally being able to get my hands on him. All right, very good. That was a lot of fun. Perfect.
it's pretty exciting to see guys that come in and they get to see a lot of deer and they have success, and you see them take them with a handgun, which isn't necessarily something you see a lot of being done out there, but it's something that I think you're going to continue to see more and more of, because it creates opportunities that guys have never had before to expand their hunting, to do more things with them, and that's what's exciting. So as you sit there and look at what Paul and Matt experienced, from the rattling, from the changing of the stands, to both of them harvesting good bucks, it's just an exciting way to be able to share it with everybody out there who follows us, but also into other areas to understand that, man, maybe I need to pick me up an old handgun and get out and experience some of this.
Take a look at Smith & Wesson's complete line of handguns and accessories designed for the hunter. You can find them online at smith-wesson.com.